Target locked. Fire.
Just passing over the northern shore of Long Island. Should be touching down here in about 15 to 20 minutes for an on-time arrival. Current weather. Light winds, just a few scattered clouds, temperature is about 84 degrees. I enjoyed having you on board this morning. I always appreciate your business. Hope to fly with you again in the future. Get another 15-20 minutes of flight attendants and please prepare the cabin for arrival.
So I recently added this rather gorgeous Rolex model reference 126715 CHNR GMT Master II in 18 karat ever rose gold to my own personal watch collection. Welcome back, watch people. Now this was a watch that I simply couldn't resist, but to be frank, it was a bit of a bittersweet purchase for me, as many of you will have kind of sussed out by now. I've kind of fallen out of love with Rolex, a little bit at least, as a company, but I still can't resist some of the watches that they produce. So let's take a look at this rather gorgeous watch in a different kind of way, the Thorpe method if you like, which is going to be a little bit different to anyone else's that you might have seen. So here is my own gentleman's review of the 18 karat gold Rolex GMT Master II. So number one, the impress your friends factor. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. If you want your mates to hate you even more than they already do, then this watch is guaranteed to up their envy colour to an even darker shade of Rolex green. Seriously, they will all be very impressed and you'll get a lot of admiration whilst wearing it. Number two, attract the opposite sex factor. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Best not to wear this watch too much in the company of your wife, as the ladies will tend to notice you a lot more when you're wearing such a valuable statement piece. This watch will without doubt make you more of a gold digger target, and I guess it's up to you to decide whether that's a good or a bad thing. Number three, holding its short-term value, 1 to 3 years. Gonna give that an 8 out of 10. This is a watch that will hold its value well as long as it's looked after. Right now in September 2020 at least, it has a list price of £30,650, and you can work that out into whichever currency is relevant to you. I see this watch bottoming it out around the mid-20s mark, pre-owned in worn condition, and as price increases and inflation kick in, it should then rise back to pretty much what you paid for it in 3 to 5 years time. Number four, long-term value factor, 5 years and beyond. They're going to give it an 8 out of 10 again. I think it's one of the prettiest Rolex sports watches out there, and I believe in years to come it will be an extremely desirable watch. But this of course depends on how many Rolex ultimately produce, how long the production run lasts. But if you're thinking of this as something to leave your children or your grandchildren, then their money will certainly be safe. Number five, availability factor. Going to give it an 8 out of 10. Is this a waiting list watch? Well, not really, but it's not one that you'll find particularly easy to find either. Certainly you won't find many sitting in authorised dealers' shop windows. It's one of those watches that if you want it, you won't find it. Not at list anyway, and when you don't want it, one will certainly pop up in your local AD's window. It's not a watch that I'll particularly recommend paying much over list for, unless it's a nominal amount just to save you from hunting around. Number six, desirability factor. Going to give it a 9 out of 10. This is a very desirable watch indeed, with a large fan base. It's a watch that's always going to be easy to sell, and it is money on your wrist, and if you ever needed to cash out in an emergency, the international currency that is Rolex will ensure that you can buy yourself and your family a ticket home to safety at any time. Number seven, danger factor. Horrible one to talk about, and I'm afraid it gets a 10 out of 10. Sadly, this watch is without a doubt a scumbag magnet, so be careful where you wear it and always be mindful of your surroundings. Number eight, ongoing cost factor. No big deal. It comes with a 5-year guarantee, and frankly, these watches are capable of running for years and years without any servicing or indeed maintenance. Now, whether you decide to service as a matter of course is entirely up to you. But remember, throwing thousands of pounds of regular service money at regular service intervals will not necessarily translate into a better sale price when the time comes to move it on. Number 9, wearability factor, 7 out of 10. 18 karat gold is soft by comparison to stainless steel, at least, of course, and care should always be taken when you wear this watch. It's not something that you should be wearing whilst undertaking any manual work, and it's really a for best or a special occasion watch. It's comfortable to wear, but I do wish Rolex would extend the excellent Submariner glide lock bracelet system into the GMT range. Lastly, number 10, looking into the future, 8 out of 10. Well, this watch will certainly join the ranks of the more unusual GMT Masters, rather like the green dial 116718 version. Is it a future classic? Well, look, it's pretty, it's quirky, it's very red or pink or rose or ever rose, whatever you want to call it. So only time will tell, but Rolex really, if ever, get very much wrong. And I think history will probably judge this watch very favourably indeed. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll speak again soon.
Squadron leader. Target spotted at 0 degrees west.